Hey, everybody, Dave Hagan here. Today, we're going to talk about checking in throughout the year. That's today on the Financial Wellness Podcast.
Welcome to the Financial Wellness Podcast, Dave's weekly message to keep you on your path to the financial success. Here is your host, financial problem solver and talk show host, Dave Hagan.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the Financial Wellness Podcast. This is Dave Hagan coming at you solo this week. The guys are still taking some time off. Today's going to be a little bit of a short one, too. This is episode 514. We're calling it Checking In Throughout the Year. And we are coming to you from Topanga, California, and from Bakersfield, California. If you want to know why that all is, send us an email at thefinancialwellnesspodcast.com, and I'll tell you how we can come at you from so many different cities in one day. But we just finished the month of March. And so that means that we are through the third month of the year and that we are 25% now through the year. And the question that brings to mind, or should bring to mind, hopefully, is how you doing on your year plan? Hopefully you would go back to your goals, to your year plan, and take a look at that, revisit those. Are you about 25% accomplished? Are you moving ahead on those? Are there some goals or part of your plan that needs changing as it becomes stale already in 3 months? Are there some things that you need to do to get on the stick? Have you been watching too much of that Kardashian show on TV? If you're not getting your things done, what's blocking you? So these are some of the things that you want to think about at the end of the quarter to see how you're progressing through the year. Personally, I got to tell you, I have one business goal that I've accomplished for the whole year already. Some good things happened, and I was able to hit that target really early. How cool is that? So basically, I could just coast, right? I could just coast and do nothing. But, I think I'll modify that goal. Maybe I can double down. Maybe I could double that goal in the last 3 quarters of the year and accomplish twice as much as I thought I was going to accomplish. Of course, there's a couple other goals that I need to pay more attention to, and this is a good time of the year because I've still got 75% of the year to still get my stuff done. So I'm hoping that every time you hit March and June and September, which are quarter ends, the last month of a quarter, and of course December too, but that's a bigger issue. But every March, June, and September, you will remember to check in and get out that piece of paper or get out that note or memo on your phone and look at your goals, look at your year plan, see how you're proceeding, and evaluate the year. That way, you'll end up where you want to be at the end of the year. Remember, we talked about the object lesson of the story about an airplane going from Los Angeles to New York. And we know that come December, using the analogy, that airplane's going to end up in New York. But along the way, there might be course corrections. In fact, airlines almost always have course corrections. And maybe it's time for you to look at your year plan and make a course correction. We're going to end a little bit early because I want to give you some time to dig that out and walk into a quiet corner, a closet, or someplace, and look at that and see how you're doing. But before we go, hey, I'm going to be at the Berkshire Shareholders Meeting in Omaha coming up here in a couple of weeks, April 29 through May 1. And if you want some information, just go to Google and type in Berkshire Annual Meeting, and a page will come up. It'll tell you how to attend, how to get a pass, how to get in there. It's it's free to shareholders. And I know what you're thinking. If you were listening to us a couple of weeks ago, we talked about the fact that Berkshire A, or we like to call it Berkey A, just went over $500,000 a share. And you're going, Dave, I don't have $500,000 to buy a share of Berkey A to get in for free. And I got to tell you, neither do I. But the big secret is you can buy a B share, and Berkey B is going out for, I don't know, $350 a share. Buy a share, get your pass, and you can get in. Friday, they're going to have in the convention center, they're going to have all the companies set up, and they say, oh, you can get amazing discounts. You can get little discounts, but at least it'll let you see the kind of companies that Berkshire has. Saturday is the shareholders meeting. There's actually a formal shareholders meeting. There's usually not much that happens, but the really impressive thing is usually Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger are there, and they will answer questions from the crowd for 2-3 hour segments. The stamina of these two fellows is astounding, and the pithy, usually short answers that they give you are things that you can really hang on. I don't know if Charlie Munger is going to be there or he'll sit there for 2-3 hour segments because he's really getting up in age, but it is really an impressive thing. And they have stations around the auditorium there where people can walk up and step into the spotlight and actually ask the guys a question. I mean, I don't know too many financial people that are that accessible to the public. So what a cool thing. Omaha, Nebraska, April 29th through May 1st, the annual meeting, the question and answer with Buffett and Munger, the cavalcade of discounts in the next building. I'm sure that their jewelry company, Borsheim's, will be open, providing discounts. They do that off site. The Nebraska Furniture Mart will probably be open. You can get discounts there. There's all sorts of stuff going on, but perhaps the biggest reason to go is it's because it's the biggest collection, if you will, of value investors that subscribe to Buffett's mode of investing, and people from all over the world come together. The media is there, reporters all over the place, and you listen to people talk about value investing. And what a better place to go get some really good ideas in terms of potential investments you may want to pursue. I'm going to be there. We've been there before. We're going to be there again. I'm looking forward to it. If you decide to go, send me an email through the podcast, the Financial Wellness Podcast.com. Send me an email, and maybe we can meet up for, a Starbucks or something. They got Dairy Queen there, and they sell Dairy Queen for a buck. We can get a Dairy Queen ice cream and sit there and watch and kibitz for a few minutes. So let me know. I will be there. So like I said, again, today's a shorty. We just passed the first quarter of this year. I want you to go off and take a look at your goals, at your year plan, see how you're doing, and get yourself psyched for pursuing the second quarter. This is Dave Hagan, and you've been listening to the Financial Wellness Podcast.
You've been listening to the Financial Wellness Podcast, Dave's weekly message to keep you on your path to financial success. If you have a question that you would like Dave to answer on the podcast, go to thefinancialwellnesspodcast.com. You can leave an audio message with one click of a button, or type your message into the question box. Either way, it's sent right to Dave's phone. Remember, Dave will randomly draw from the submitted questions and pick the winner of a free 1-hour personal conversation with Dave to help you achieve your financial goals. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you receive the new episode notifications, or share the podcast via the app with your family and friends. This is your announcer, Nick Appel, wishing you every financial success.